Hallo Freunde der analogen Unterhaltung, willkommen zurück. Wir sind immer noch hier in Essen und diesmal mit Last Friday von Ares Games und neben mir Isabel.
Ja, Isabella.
Und ja, Isabel, wir wechseln jetzt ins Englische. Falls ihr irgendwas nicht versteht, könnt ihr im Chat nochmal nachfragen. Isabel, the game you've brought us last Friday, what's it about?
Okay, so you're at Camp Apache. There are 5 camp counselors and then 1 maniac on the loose. So you arrive at camp and you don't know that there's maniac. He's secretly stalking you. So maniac is keeping track of his movements. Yeah.
I'll just show it on the detailed camera so it's a little closer.
So maniac keeps track of their movements. Back here, the maniac is moving by numbers, and it can move just 1 number at a time, anything directly in line with the board. And the maniac's movements are hidden. He reveals where he was 3 turns ago every 3 rounds, which is indicated right here. So there's 4 chapters to the game, and each time the object of the game changes a little bit. So in the first chapter, the objective is for just at least 1 camper to make it safely into their cabin. So there's keys hidden across the board. You don't know where. Once you find the yellow key, just make it to the yellow cabin, and then you're safe from the maniac. Campers move 2 dots at a time, and if the maniac ever hops over a camper, then they're killed. And you probably won't even know. You'll just be, he's dead. So just take turns moving. And then if you're like the red character, for example, you can start off as Bill, and if you're killed, that's all right. In chapter 2, you can come back as Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're never totally eliminated from the game, just 1 round at a time. If at least 1 camper survives chapter 1, then we move on to chapter 2. And so now the maniac is the hunted. So you want to follow where the maniac is moving, and then you want to hop over his number, and that way you're able to kill him. In chapter 3, of course, though, the maniac rises from the dead, and now he's back at you again, wants to get revenge, and there's a chosen one. So indicated by whichever character, whichever color is the closest to the killer at the end of chapter 2, they become the chosen one, or now the white player. And so in chapter 3, all of the campers work cooperatively to protect the chosen one. And so if the chosen one survives through chapter 3 without being killed, then chapter 4, the chosen one has to fulfill its destiny and kill off the maniac once and for all.
Okay, so all of the phases have some different objectives, but mainly the same rules for moving?
Yeah.
And how many players? So do you have 1 player for each of the
for each color, yeah.
of the colors, and then 1 player for the maniac?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I said, the campers are all working cooperatively. So if the chosen one stays alive in the final chapter, then all of the campers win. Maniac works alone, and then there would only be 1 winner in that case.
Okay, and we mentioned for the first chapter you need to pick up the keys, but I've shown that there's also other stuff here, like the shovel. Do they have any meaning, or is it just not a key?
Yeah, the shovel would represent an ability. So every character is able to collect 5 abilities, or up to 5 abilities. So for instance, Ned starts off with the shovel ability. So that means if there's a dead body, like right here, that means you're blocked. You either have to go around or you're stuck, which is potentially a way that you can be trapped. But if you have a shovel, you can move the dead body and you're in the clear. There's also the lantern, which illuminates spaces like with yellow tokens. And so when a number is illuminated, then the maniac has to reveal its location. So if you know the maniac is behind you, you may want to illuminate your trail so you know when to run. Sneakers represent the running, and so you can move an extra space.
Let's maybe go close on these character abilities, so it's a little bit easier to see for you at home.
So and then hearing, that would so if you're on a spot, if the maniac is in any one of the numbers, he has to announce his presence if you play the hearing token. And then the last one is a bear trap, which if the maniac goes over a bear trap, then he has to announce his presence again.
And then I see that here it's awareness, impulsive sprint. These are character abilities, I guess?
Yeah, so each one is different. Like I said, at the beginning of every time that Bill comes in, he starts off with a shovel. Additionally, every time that he has a shovel, he is armed with bravery. So after he removes the course, he can move an additional dot, while the other players wouldn't be able to do that with their shovel. Matt is nosy. If he uses the lantern, then he, what does he do? Oh, he places it face down. It can be used again.
Okay.
So each one's a little different.
Okay, and I also see that the huts are movable tiles. So what's the difference for those?
Like I said, it starts off illuminated. Once you go in, that illuminates the spot. The maniac has to announce his presence. It's also a safe zone. However, in Chapter 3, the maniac is able to enter. So we would flip it over. You smashed it. So this now serves as a secret tunnel. As indicated right here, he can move from cabin to cabin.
Okay.
And it's and not illuminated anymore, so it's no longer a safe zone.
Okay. So what will the game, I guess, is available in English only at the moment?
No, we have German as well.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, sold out at the show, but we've got it in German and English, a couple other languages, and it'll be out in stores by the end of October.
Okay, and what's the price?
$50. I'm not sure what it is in euros.
Okay, also so 40, 50 Euro vermutlich. And where can the people find you and your booth?
We're at booth Hall 3, E100.
Okay, great. Then thank you for presenting the game.
Yeah.
Wir sehen uns gleich wieder nach einer kurzen Umbaupause mit dem nächsten Spiel. Bis dann.